What's good, everybody? It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of The Celebrity Junk. Dima, Bay Area Music! I really like Abba and Preach as a YouTube channel. Not only are they very good at entertaining, they also have insightful commentary. And I've noticed that Abba had a lot to say in one of the Fresh and Fit videos about black people in the manosphere or the red pill and how they interact with whites.
And I also think I'll do a lengthier project on this, but the red pill in general is very, very keen on constantly catering to whiteness in general and degrading blackness. And you notice it's a trend that goes through all the red pill. Most of the creators I've seen spend a tremendous amount of time speaking poorly about black people and raising white people.
Now, this is very interesting. Even though white people have shown that they're not interested in Fresh and Fit or Tommy Sotomayor, they still have the majority of their content castigating and attacking blacks. For an example, just a few hours ago, Myron Gaines made this post on X. Sad music! Should I make a space to laugh at all the crybaby, Negroes, the untouchables, and Asians that want to cancel me? Look, yes, let's cook. 85.7% no, I like Popeyes. I guess that's funny, right? Nah, not so much. But you can see that a lot of these people who are so anti-black and anti-Asian and anti-Jews thought this was kind of funny. But that brings us to another issue. Myron is a big time disliker of African Americans, or what you would consider now #FBA. And when Tariq Nasheed and other people like that are trying to say, hey, listen, these other groups that are also black and share our skin tone, we should delineate from these people because, we're not the same. We have different cultures, and what is owed to us is not owed to them. Myron had this to say.
He has a whole movement where there's foundationally black Americans and then Americans that, or then there's other people that are like people that aren't necessarily from that foundationally black. So if you're a first generation immigrant, you're from the islands, whatever, they don't consider you an FBA, which I think is kind of funny. I look at us all black, but that's fine. And he does this post, right, to kind of say, this dude's Haitian, he's not one of us. But I look at it like the general public is going to look at this, regardless if there's a Haitian flag on his head or whatever, that, oh, look, that's how they're going to look at it. It's a black dude. It's a black dude. It's a black dude.
Oh, yeah, we all black. That's the way I see it. That's what he said, because white folks looks at us as the same. Getting back to that first part, another creator is very similar to Myron. He is also on the right now, and that is Tommy Sotomayor. And he also is complaining about blacks.
I understand why the majority of the world hates black folks, and nobody should watch the interactions I have with black folks and not understand why the majority of black folks. I say it again, they can play it as much as they want. I don't care what happens. Whatever happened to I don't care. Are people. Black people, especially American blacks, are a group of people. They're a group of people. They just had me over in a space. Y'all, I just left a space where all they've done is lie on me. All they did was literally sit there and tell lies on me. And then if they got me upset because they were telling lies on me and and here's the up part. I would have to listen to them lie for 10, 15 minutes. Then as soon as I start speaking, I got cut off.
And again, both of these guys, and I'm using them both in the same context, both of them are always on these Twitter spaces. They spend a lot of time on Twitter spaces arguing with people. I mean, stop the show. I guess that's what happens when you get demonetized from YouTube, right? Fast forward. So again, another one of these Twitter spaces came, and I guess one of these brothers from the African American community, or #FBA, invaded the Twitter space that Myron had, and it did not end so well. Myron took to his position to start saying this.
You're dumb. You're saying some stupid right now. I'm literally in the middle of a gym calling you dumb as I'm working out because you are. You're a stupid idiot. Fried chicken, watermelon with salt, running around with guns, doing dumb. Like you came in here with some tough guy flip, like a typical black person instead of actually making concrete arguments. You're an embarrassment. You're an idiot. You make a bunch of stereotypical things. Yo, aren't you from the Sudan? Can't even pronounce it right because in your culture, to pronounce things correctly or use correct English is considered coonery because you're low IQ dumb like you are. You probably wear Gucci. You probably wear designer. You probably have like 10 pairs of Jordans, and you're probably poor. And you're probably stupid on top of it. Actually, you don't have to say probably. We know you're stupid. So since you want to stereotype me, I'm going to stereotype your dumb Jamal. So you can get out of my space. No one gives a what you got to say because you're a dumb nigga. At the end of the day, you're a dumb. And if you don't like it, go ahead and send me a picture of yourself. You could DM me too, and you can come see me in Miami someday if you want, because that's all you dumbass understand is violence and being a tough guy. So since that's the language that you speak, Jamal, I'm good.
So let me say this, because from what I understand, from what Myron is saying, and I'm trying to be, I don't know, as fair as across the board, it seems like that somebody came into his space. They were calling names towards Myron, invading their space, saying hashtag FBA. So what he's saying here is that he is responding in the same way that the person is responding who's doing it. But I could have swore he said, we're all black. We're all the same.
But I look at it like the general public is going to look at this, regardless if there's a Haitian flag on his head or whatever, that, oh, look, that's how they're going to look at it. It's a black dude.
And the reality is, if you were the same, you would not mention that. Let me just give you an example. Storytime music. I'm living in Uganda right now, right? And sometimes we have arguments about different cultures, our communities, our ideas, and they can get out of hand. Want to know what I never think about saying to the person is, oh, you know, you live in Africa. You know, you guys do things, so you live in a tree or you live there. Like, that's not even my mindset, because a person that really believes that you guys are on equal footing, although you're different, that doesn't even come into your mentality, even if the person is being disrespectful. If that person is being disrespectful, let me say, for example, if I'm having a conversation with somebody from another community that's not in the African American community, and you're talking negatively about my particular group, which is I am hashtag FBA, I'm going to remove that person from the conversation. That's what I'm going to do. And the reason why I'm going to do that is because I'm not going to hold that person responsible for the rest of their community. Okay. I have people that follow me that are, you know, Nigerian American community on this page. I got people from the Ghanaian American community. I've had people help me who have not always been in the African American community. I have Ugandans that helped me in my career. So if one person starts talking silly or begins a conversation that doesn't make sense, that is something that is relevant to that individual, and I'm going to isolate it to that incident, and then that person I'm going to remove. So if you come into my, you know, spaces being disrespectful, I can just remove you. But that's not what Myron wanted to do. Myron did not want to remove that individual. Myron wanted to spew the hatred that he talks about all the time on his particular Twitter or X feed. This is what he does. Let's look at this particular post. Okay, this is a lady that actually did something wrong. I saw it. I can admit it. She was basically stealing from a guy that was playing for music out there getting donations. Okay, look at what he says. The average black woman. Okay, this is him, not me saying it. Stop the show, YouTube. This is not me saying that. This is him. Okay, she is 187 pounds, loud, obnoxious, wears fake hair. Okay, verbally annotates the end of her sentences while actually saying period loudly. Bleep this POS female that did this. Now, okay, you can have ladies who are like that in the black community. Certainly, this is, well, I won't say the average either. All right, this is just, most black people are not, you know, this ridiculous like he's trying to put them out to be. But if you're a real black person, you understand your community, you understand that this is not always the truth. Now, does it happen? Yes. Okay. But to sit there and you focus your attention on blacks all day, when you said you're all the same, when the whites are saying this about you.
We even asked us, is like, if I kind of break the rules, just hit me up about it, guys, you know. And I agree with him. Like, we gain nothing. Like, one of these comes in, they talk nice. They're like, oh, look, white people deserve their space and can't we just be friends and blah, blah, blah. But then later that night, they're just behavior. You know, I think it was you, Comfy, that was speaking about that guy where he's like against the Jews and all that. And a half an hour later, he's posting like, yeah, as many as you can, and just full behaviour.
Yeah,
You know?
Myron
Gaines.
Yeah.
Myron Gaines.
The worst thing he said was, "Don't marry a girl until you're 35." What a retarded thing to say.
Yeah, what an idiot. Stupidest thing ever, mate.
This is why we're talking. This is what we were saying yesterday. Like, at the end of the day, they're like you. They're low in control. Even if they say a few things that are based or whatever by our standards, don't fall for it. Don't think that they're on our side. Oh, based. It just doesn't happen. It's just, you know what I mean, though? This is what people think. This is what people think. No, it's what
but Myron Gaines.
like,
Myron Gaines.
Look at this. No,
Myron
Gaines
has how many followers that Myron Gaines has, just for fun?
Like 100,000 or something.
Based.
But that's the point. I think it's the only reason why some people listen to him. It's because he's a little bit known, but he's still a neck.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
And come the end of the day, especially in somewhere like the States where they're just niggas everywhere, what you think these people are going to align, you think they're going to help you, they'll turn on you as quick as anything.
As fast
right?
as a...
Right.
Yeah.
They're niggas. Yeah, they're niggas.
Yeah.
So what that shows me, man, is that you are really sick. And not only do you have a hatred of yourself, you have a hatred of all blacks. Okay, there are other black communities out there that, hey, historically, I may not always see eye to eye, or I may not always have gotten along with them, but at the same time, that might be one or two or a few people, but it wouldn't represent all of them, and it wouldn't make me castigate the entire group. You're talking like this towards black people because that is really how you feel. And another thing, you're still looking for your butter biscuits from White Zaddy. Let's pull up that screenshot again. And you said this: should I make a space to laugh at all the crybabies who are, the blacks, the people in the Jewish community, the Asians that want to cancel me? Who is your fan base? You're doing this to get butter biscuits from the Caucasian community or from the conservative right, or people who are like you, who are, non-African American people that you want to build a fan base and trying to impress them. But guess what? At the end of the day, sorry, bro, you are still black, and they don't really have that much respect for you either. I don't know why you think that they do, and you guys keep getting your Negro wake-up calls. You, Tommy, everybody else, then you get mad when folks start saying racist stuff towards you. Like this.
Oh my God, did y'all see that? Did you see it? Or hear it? Well, I'm talking about you see it. Did y'all hear it? That was some crazy. Them white people love trying to say how they got higher IQs than blacks. Yes, you may overall have a higher IQs than blacks. But let me tell you something. When you run into a smarter than you, admit it. That's like, it doesn't make sense. It's like saying, well, yes, blacks are more athletic than whites. But if it's a white boy that's out there balling, give him credit. Blacks can rap better than whites. But if you got Eminem out there rapping, give him credit. There's a reason why it's a reason why nobody listens to you dumb white nationalists. Because y'all stupid. Y'all can't get people together. You're just dumb. I was sitting there listening to them dumb white boys. First off, they think saying nigga 100 times is going to make you upset. I told y'all, stop letting them white boys upset you by calling you nigga. Them motherfuckers calling you that because they life suck.
Then you get mad, okay? You already admitted that all whites look at you the same, but that's not how you acting. So guys, what do you think? It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of The Celebrity Drunk. I appreciate you for all that you do. Subscribe, hit the bell. We're out.